played a 14-all draw when they clashed this year on March 26. Many people think that it'll be just that close again. West Tigers, first year of their joint ventureship, and Matt Sears plays his 150th first-grade game today. Parramatta Eels out to be greeted by a big crowd, and I'm told crowds are 40 deep at the gates, still trying to get in. Plenty of room when they do get in, I suppose, but certainly the turnstiles are being kept busy. Let's have a look at them now. Sears, Kane, McGuinness, Hill and Carlaw, Georgalis and Field. That's the back line for the West Tigers. And then it's Smith, Crouch, O'Neill, Scandalis, Centre, Villasanti, Gillette, Galea, Lauder and Doyle on the bench, coached by Wayne Pearce. Hodgson at the back for Parramatta, Richards, Lyon, Violecki, Shavovsky, Kelly and Penner. And then the forwards are Wagon, the Hindmarsh brothers, Wesley, Irvine, Kalis. And then on the bench, Custo, Kalis, Dimmick, Larson and coached by Brian Smith. That's Jason Kalis on the bench. Andrew on the sideline, beautiful day.
Oh, just the perfect winter's day. As you mentioned, Ray, I'm hoping today's game is as dramatic as when they last clashed back in round 8. On that day, it was the classic example of two entirely different halves. The Eels made all the running in the first 40 minutes. Players like Daniel Wagon, Brett Hodgson punching holes in the defence. The Eels, in fact, got away to lead this match by 14 points to nil before the Tigers' resurgence. It was led by Terry Hill. Timely his return then today. He'll certainly test out the young Parramatta centres. And once the Tigers got on a roll with the home crowd fans behind them, they got a sniff of pulling this match back. It was a penalty right on full time and a goal to Joel Kane, setting up the 14-all draw.
All right, the referee is Stephen Clark. He blows time on. It is the West Tigers running from right to left. And I remember that Matt Sears had some celebrating to do on that day. And Parramatta already bumbling their way through the first tackle of the day. They got out of it. Second rower Ian Hindmarsh, and this is what happened from the kickoff. Hodgson, and then the captain Nathan Kalis, and almost egged right over their faces for Parramatta. Have used up 4 tackles and now another loose ball. They still haven't got outside the 20. Now they have. Nathan Hindmarsh gets a pass away. It goes to ground. So what an awful start by the blue and gold.
Well, it's a shocking start, isn't it? It could have been worse, I suppose. Nathan Kalis did very well to catch the football as he was sliding. Nathan Hindmarsh trying to get away a miracle ball there, not needed. Tigers scrum win, 35 metres out, straight on the attack.
Now Georgalis is feeding the scrum, and Craig Field is out in the centres with Terry Hill taking the first receiver job. So Hill it is that brings it into the centre of the park, where Field comes into the game at acting half. And now Georgalis, who fed the scrum, playing in number 6, put away by the opposite number, Villasanti. 19 out from the line, an awful play the ball from him. Now John Scandalis takes it to the 10-metre line. Tigers with centre, finding Field. Short ball across for the 11. That's Mark O'Neill. They're 5 out on 5 tackles. It's Craig Field looking to pepper them, puts a kick in. Parramatta cleaning up, line dropper. Talk about pressure in the opening exchanges for Parramatta.
He's made up for his mistake, Nathan Hindmarsh, on the far side, giving possession to the Tigers by cleaning up this astute little kick from Craig Field. Did well. As David Penner gets a drop out to the 40-metre line, Field finds Scandalis.
Sun coming down right into the eyes of West Tigers in that first half. During this first half, Villasanti. He will play. 29 out from the Parramatta line. Kelly appealing to the touch judges. Tyron Smith runs a blindside play. 20-metre line underneath him. Now Georgalis looking to run round and get it back from Scandalis, and Scandalis already has taken it up 3 times. The centre now. Comes back and cuts out Tyron Smith, finds O'Neill, and O'Neill held out there by Lyon, wearing number 3 for Parramatta, the young centre. Long ball away for Georgalis, and then Craigfield had to catch and pass. Parramatta's come up out of the line. It's a broken line. Sears puts a kick in. The ball comes down to Parramatta's Violecki, and he's immediately put away by Terry Hill. Szyfowski trying to find some safer pasture. Violecki comes to them. Put away as they again use a blindside play with Daniel Irvine. Did well, the boy. Brett Hodgson, who was with the Magpies before coming to Parramatta. Now Parramatta start to get a bit of a roll going. Chaos. Keep in mind that Jim Dimmick is on the bench watching the opening exchanges again as Penner gets a kick in under pressure. It was a good kick. Sears. Game 150 in the top grade. Of course, playing the major part of that with the North Sydney Bears.
And I don't think it's any surprise that David Penner has been called back into the number 7 shirt. Of course, he missed many weeks with a neck injury, came back, played a little bit of 5'8" and off the bench. But he's in for PJ Marsh this afternoon. I think that is his best position and best for the team as the Tigers forced back inside their 30. Mark O'Neill takes it just outside.
Sun shining down brilliantly on a Parramatta pitch that's a little bit barren between the 40-metre lines. 5th tackle now for the West Tigers. Darren Centre gets a kick in from dummy half. It's a good-looking kick. It's done a right-hand turn, but the winger, Szyfowski, cleans it up. It might have even been a 40-20. I'm not absolutely sure. Yes, it was. Keeping in mind that Clinton Szyfowski had no idea where it was coming from, so he had no alternative. He certainly didn't have time for a committee meeting. Lyon plays the ball now, and then Hodgson comes away from dummy half. And that's a good run, 15 metres, 35 out from his own line.
And young Lyon makes his debut this afternoon, just an 18-year-old country boy. Spoke to Brian Smith on the footy show this morning. They said they've struggled to keep him back. He's been playing that well. Had to bite the bullet and put him up for this important game as Nathan Kalis nearly gets his arm free. Last tackle against the home team.
Irvine showing that he can kick from dummy half as well. It's a fine attribute. It's a great time saver and very hard to mark him. Any kicker that can kick out of dummy half. It's probably one of the great advantages back in his day that Benny Elias had. And here's a penalty going to the West Tigers. Phil Gould with us in commentary today.
Yeah, inside the 10 metres there for Parramatta, and I think that's the key for both these sides today. Both teams have struggled attacking in the last few weeks with key players out. Defensively, they both can be very strong on their day. So the team that gets on the front foot in defence will be the one that will probably end up victors. Parramatta just a little anxious on that occasion. A lot of bustling to go on in this game.
Having said that, Gus, as the Tigers come forward, that would be a major concern for Wayne Pearce. In the last 4 matches, his side has conceded an average close to 40 points a game. Big turnaround needed this afternoon as Skandalis gets another touch, heavily involved the front rower.
Halfway line. Set up a short side play for Craig Field. Brian Smith, the head coach here at Parramatta. Tyron Smith was 35 out from the line. Play on the Cronin stand side of the ground as Field grubbers a kick in. Carlaw's after it, so is Hodgson. Hodgson's first there for the Eels. Beats one, then comes out towards Carlaw, and eventually they get even further down the ground. Great run by Lyon. Hodgson started it, then the kid finished it. Lyon comes from Weewar, Cotton Country, formerly up in Group 4. Every time they played away, it took them 2 days to get home. Daniel Wagon finding David Penner, gets it back for Nathan Kalis. Kalis away then for David Westley, and he's taken by Justin Doyle. 40-metre line, as you can see. West Tigers' end of the ground as Penner punches it down into the in goal. Carlo, work to do, and gets it back. That's good effort. Tackled eventually by Ian Hindmarsh.
Terrific move put on there by Carlaw. Just a little bit of a shimmy in the in goal. He could have been pinned and forced a line drop out. Wrong foot of his Parramatta opponent, dived out, got his team back in play.
Galea in 16. Getting his first touch as Hill provides the ball for Kane. Kane down the right side. Hill supports him and they take it to the 30-metre line. Field wants it quickly. He's with it. Now 25 out. Loses his footing. Off the feet. And they've got the ball back to West Tigers. Now they have it. It's Parramatta. And play on. Away they go. It's Hindmarsh. Still going. He's going to make it. The crowd love it. The number 11, Nathan Hindmarsh. Well, there was a flurry. Whether Terry Hill had got the ball back or not, arms and legs went everywhere. He wants to have a look at it on the video. Well, and then all of a sudden, like a thief in the night, Nathan took off.
This is very interesting because he did call play on immediately, Stephen Clark. Came off the foot. Now, is there a knock on there from David Penner as Hindmarsh picks up the football and takes off? Beats one despairing dive. Galea is the only chaser.
Well, the other thing, Peter, I notice you'll find that the other Parramatta player actually forms a two-man situation in the tackle. That even could come into the equation. See this? The Balmain player gets the ball back. There's two in the tackle. The ball's been taken by Nathan.
I don't think there's any doubt that David Penner has his hands on the ball here at some stage. Then he hasn't. It appears to me as though he's got his hands on the ball. Now the Balmain player has.
And then there's two men in the tackle because Penner's got his hands on the West Tigers player. I mean, there's about 66 results you can get out of this.
Yeah, I think you'll find the right one. We'll be coming back here for a scrum, I believe.
Nathan Hindmarsh has only just recovered from this long, long run.
Well, this is going to be very interesting, as I said, because Stephen Clark, he immediately called play on. Now, he obviously realised that there was plenty going on where the football was picked up by Nathan Hindmarsh. And obviously, if we do come... Well, look, I don't know. I'm sitting on the fence on this one. I can't make my mind up. I wouldn't be surprised either way, but Gus has got it exactly right, as you have.
So, a scrum will restart when we come back. It is 0-0. Parramatta and West Tigers after 9. The knock on. Jesus go back for this scrum. Parramatta crowd not liking it. It is zip, zip here still, even though Nathan Hindmarsh had celebrated along with the Eels and a predominantly Eels crowd. Now the Tigers with Terry Hill grimacing as he takes the ball towards the defence. He's back today after quite a lengthy timeout with injury. Galea playing it down on the 20-metre line, opposition end of the park field. Skandalis has been good for coach Wayne Pearce. There they are, 15 out. Tyron Smith gallops across the back of the ruck over towards the short side where Terry Hill trips over his legs. Then Georgialis, now Field, then Galea. Going nowhere. Got a good quick play the ball on though, and Field puts a little kick in. A chance here, no! It's been forced by the Eels eventually. Clinton Shavovsky it was. Oh, what a start.
I was up at the West Tigers Broncos game last week and Craig Field kicked the ball into the legs of the opposition about 5 or 6 times. He had a good little grubber kick to start the game. This time he was in danger of doing the same, decided to put a short one over the top. He's obviously practiced it this week. Nearly got a great result, but they still get a line drop out, another chance to come back in.
Very good crowd in here at Parramatta Stadium. As Parramatta goes through another line drop out and the West Tigers bumble away the possession back to them, but it's been knocked on. Justin Doyle made the mistake. The scrum to go down just outside the 40.
Yeah, It's a bad mistake there for the Tigers. Great opportunity to come in on the attack, but I still think it's defence that's going to win this game. Parramatta players chased down on that kick hard, put a lot of pressure on. Tigers came up with a mistake.
This is Violecki playing in the centres today. Haven't there been some blues made by both sides? Particularly Parramatta. Shivolsky now.
And Brian Smith has gone to the interchange bench. Here's Gary Larson taking the ball forward. Jason Kalis in 15 is out there. He's the younger brother of Nathan. Ben Custo has gone to halfback. He's got the football now.
Custo then dummied before trying to step. Then it's away from Irvine to Nathan Hindmarsh again. Been the longest try I guess Nathan's ever run to score, and then denied the kick and the bat back, but the touch judge has got the flag up. 0-0 after 12. Parramatta, for the benefit of our overseas audiences and our interstate audiences, is adjoining the areas of formerly Balmain and formerly Western Suburbs, so it's very much a local derby.
Yeah, it's a great feel of this game, isn't it? A big crowd here at Para Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. The sun is shining. Two teams desperate for 2 competition points, as the ladder tells. A bit of feeling between the teams with the very fact that they are neighbours. August for a good 80 minutes.
The match, of course, further marketed or inflamed by Dennis Fitzgerald, the chief executive of Parramatta, reminding Balmain that they made a mistake when they merged with Western Suburbs, because Fitzgerald had offered the olive branch to Balmain, trying to get them to link up with Parramatta. When they went the other way, he hasn't stopped reminding them. So that has acted as a marketing device for today. Hodson has tackled 32 away from his own line. For Shivolsky at acting half to use Violecki, and Violecki has the habit of coming to the defensive line and then propping. In so doing, makes himself a fairly easy target, fairly vulnerable. The 2 for Parramatta is Pat Richards. He plays it 5 away from halfway. It's Gary Larson, the veteran. Jim Dimmick waiting to come on. Now it is young Kalis, Jason. 5th tackle, 40-metre line behind them, opposition end, and Penner splits the fullback and winger. Joel Kay will get it back. Oh, did he get it back? No. He has run into a Parramatta blue and gold sandwich.
Yeah, again, another great defensive play by Parramatta. A kick that just rolled a little too far for Joel Kane, but not far enough to get it dead. And watch this for a hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 Parramatta players here coming in, know that every inch in this game is important. Big difference there between a West Tigers play the ball and now a line dropout back to the home team.
This will be the first line dropout in the game for the West Tigers. Andrew, sideline.
Yeah, just a little sidelight to this match. We mentioned Jason Kalis now out there. It's a bit like a Parramatta Mara school reunion. You've got Jamie Lyon, Daniel Irvine, Nathan and Jason Kalis, and even Stephen Crouch. They're all old Maris boys.
This is Jason with it now, Kalis. 31 metres out from the line. Tackle 1 is gone. Penner dummies and backs his way. Reverses back into the defence. Irvine to the 20 they go with Daniel Wagon. Slammed down hard. Delia underneath and O'Neill over the top, and then it's away from Penner, away for Kelly. Kelly gets it on. It's out with Richards, and Richards gets the ball back on the inside for Lyon, and Lyon is able to get it away for Richards to pick it up off the ground, but referee Clark has said a knock on.
Good bustling there by the Tigers. Coach Wayne Pearce has made a fairly significant change to his defensive lineup today. Last week, McGuinness and Field were defending on the right for the Tigers, and the Broncos really carved them up. Today, both these players are over on the left, marking young Lyon. They did a good job on him here, there, forced an error. But Wayne Pearce obviously keeping his 2 smaller men away from the bigger Parramatta players, looking to show them a different lineup in defence.
Dimmick is on now, jumper number 16 for Parramatta. O'Neill takes it ahead. Unloading for Terry Hill. He couldn't go anywhere. Feeds it back immediately for Doyle, and Doyle isn't able to improve either. He's still inside the 30 as centre comes away, puts the head down, burrows into the midriff of Larson. Now Field gets a kick away down the short side. On the Michael Cronin side of the ground. And now it's with Hodgson, who brings it back to the 20 and then steps off his left foot in beating one, sees a gap, tries to go through it, but Kevin McGuinness shuts him down.
Been impressed with both teams' kicking game so far, Ray. David Penner, a couple of good ones into the in-goal area. Darren Centre and Craig Field sharing the kicking. Some pretty good results as Gary Larson takes it towards the 40. And the second tackle for Parramatta. Dimmick gets his first touch.
Tackle count almost equal, 55-53. So there's nothing there. Parramatta really haven't had the opportunity, though, that the Tigers have had to test them down in that red zone. Penner with a little kick. Kelly's after it. The bounce is good, though, for Craig Field to give for John Carlaw. Carlaw buffeted by the tackle there with Ian Hindmarsh. Villasanti, a handoff for Field. Knocked down by Wagon. It'll come back for the scrum. 25 metres away from the West Tigers line. 17.5 gone. As Field tried to get it away. Wagon had half a chance.
I was looking forward to the return of Terry Hill today, and he has had an impact in this game. Of course, he was hurt during New South Wales State of Origin campaign. But just his presence on the field for his fellow players is a big plus for the Tigers. He has been heavily involved also. In fact, that's Matt Sears throwing the dummy and nearly getting through, taken eventually by Shabovsky.
Touchline. 3 metres away to his right. They've had a fairly unfortunate entry as a joint venture. There's the unavailables for today. But several of those have been unavailable for a long time. Terry Hill came back today, but McCracken, for instance, there's a question whether he'll play ever again. Tyron Smith, meantime. 22 out from the line. Centre for Field, and Field to the second man play for Georgialis to dummy, and takes play 18 away from the line on the opposite side of the ground. They go back on the right now, again for Craig Field. He puts the kick high this time. Carlaw's coming in, but Hodgson goes up, and there was no contest. Tremendous atmosphere here. Good crowd in. The arm wrestle continues. 14 all at the end of 80 minutes in the earlier round. Now they've been out there for 19 minutes and we still can't divide them. Jim Dimmick's in trouble.
Just looked like he copped one in the back. I thought accidentally. Jim, from that reaction, doesn't think so. Takes the ball forward, taken low by Scandalis. And coming in over the top. Hayes Louder.
We'll take a break with Parramatta and the West Tigers at 0-0. 20 minutes gone. Jim Dimmick is leaving the field at 0-0. We welcome stations back from a break that have been in commercial time. As Custo takes the free. And Penner now struggling to get up and play the ball. Custo keeps it coming to the right for Nathan Kalis. We've got Nathan and Jason Kalis and Ian and Nathan Hindmarsh as Ben Custo goes away from dummy half. Something's got to crack. Just how far down the track it'll be, that's the question. Wesley, Parramatta building themselves a little chance here. 4 tackles gone. Nathan Kalis and put down with the line, as you can see, about 5 away, right in front of them. Custo goes right. Hodgson had to go high. Puts a kick in. Turn Joel came round. Line drop out. That adds up to more pressure. And this time it'll be Parramatta's pleasure to take it back.
Just not quite sure whether the chasers on the outside are on. No, they have. They've done well because the pass from dummy half wasn't good to Brett Hodgson. They had to pretty much reach behind him and a very good kick away under pressure.
Skyline of Parramatta City. CBD off to the back. Craigfield takes the line drop out. Richards goes storming back to them.
Just thinking about this defence again, Ray. Maybe it's not the 5th tackle kick today that's going to get the money. Maybe something a little unpredictable early in the tackle count might be the one that comes up with a try for either side.
Former Raider David Wesley playing it on the 10-metre line. Custo gets it away for Nathan Kalis. Kalis away for David Penner, coming in from the back and then taken in a 2-man tackle, losing the ball. Was it stolen? There's a fight on here for Parramatta to get it over the line. Referee said play on. And he's short of the line. 6 more tackles. And here's a little play that'll work for Nathan Kalis. Nathan Kalis gets the first points of the game.
Well, you said it was coming. It's just a matter of how long. It's taken 22 minutes. Parramatta have done well. They got a kick into the in-goal area. That kept the pressure on. David Penner, he had the ball stripped by Tyron Smith, and it was picked up by Nathan Hindmarsh. He battled his way almost over the line. They forced him back. And then just a nice little interplay here between the dummy half and the try scorer, David Wesley. You can see that the splitting of the West Tigers defence here. And Custo put the ball onto the chest of the try scorer. In fact, it's Nathan Kalis, I'm sorry, not Wesley.
Yeah, well, sometimes the old-fashioned plays really work, don't they? This one's an old chestnut, been around for a long, long time, but close to the line, a big man, hard to stop back on the inside. And that's good injection by Kalis. I mean, he's the one that's got to call that play. He's the one that says, I can do something for my team here. This is the opportunity I've been waiting for. Nathan Kalis called on his dummy half to just pop out, give him a chance through the middle of the ruck, and he's come up with the first 4-pointer of the game.
He's had a good start to this game, Nathan Kalis, and a lot of faith put in him by Coach Brian Smith. He's taken on the captaincy. He's a leader at a young age. I would imagine he's probably the youngest NRL captain. And he is leading by example. Brett Hodgson a chance to increase the lead from 4 to 6.
10 metres in from touch. The terraces heavily accommodated behind him. And the grandstand, the covered area also, over in the Cronin grandstand. Only a few seats vacant. Wonderful crowd. Great day in the Olympic City. As Hodgson kicks it off, he's nailed it and nailed it perfectly. 6-0 Parramatta, leading the West Tigers, Andrew.
Yeah, the pressure builds and the pressure builds, and they finally come up with a 4-pointer. I'll tell you what, just on that steal of the ball, I thought it was a good decision for the play on. Nathan Hindmarsh goes close to the line, and then Nathan Kalis able to score the try. And a point 2 on Brett Hodgson, who kicks the goal from wide out. In the off-season, he got tips from the best, Daryl Halligan. I reckon it's good on both parts. Brett Hodgson for having the guts to go to Daryl Halligan and say, can you give us some tips? And good on Daryl for passing it on to an opponent.
Lyon carries it back. Socks down. Become part of his trademark. Parramatta 25 out from their own line. I'm just looking at what happens if West get beaten today. West Tigers. It's going to set them an enormously difficult task. Parramatta would go 3 in front of them. Melbourne 3 in front of them. Penrith 4 in front of them. Probably the team nearest to them will be the Sharks on 22.
And I think that they play the Sharks next week.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Sharks, if Parramatta win today, they are the team that get leapfrogged by blue and goals if they are successful.
Yes, my equation was only if West Tigers are beaten, but the team that would be the chief sufferer by a Parramatta victory, given the other results, is the Sharks.
Yeah, we've got an interesting decision here. Hodgson is going to have a kick for goal for 40 metres out. They originally pointed to the post and then wanted to change their mind. Stephen Clark had already ordered the touch judges to go behind the uprights, and they couldn't change their mind. I think they got the lines mistaken. I don't think Hodgson really wanted to have an opportunity from 40 metres out. It'll be interesting to see how he approaches this.
Well, I think the decision they have made here, Phil, is that, yes, we'll cop 2 points, but if he does miss, we realise he's probably not going to put it dead, so we will relinquish possession. You'd expect the chase would be very good, but 8 over 6-point lead is that's very advantageous. And just needing to score twice.
He's at 62%. Brett Hodgson on the 40-metre line, 21 in. Phil doesn't know that he really wanted to go for it. Let's have a look at his length. I think it's coming. Yes, it's there. He had a couple of metres to spare, Gus.
It wouldn't have wanted to be 42 metres, but a good goal by the young fellow. Look at this, up in the air it goes, it comes down, not a breath of breeze. Yeah, got there.
So 8-0. They can thank Stephen Clark for that, we tend to think. I was just looking at the statistics as to what would happen to the top 8. And apparently Stephen Clark had told the Touchies, no, they're kicking for goal. They can't change their mind. Another bust has been made by the Blue and Gold. And again, it's that man, Kalis. Irvine for Wagon now.
What a shame Kalis didn't let the pass go on his outside. Brett Hodgson was on the fly. So too Daniel Irvine, straight up the centre of the ruck. Plenty of momentum at the moment, and a good quick play the ball.
So Dimmick is back on the park. He's held on the 20-metre line. Tigers testing him out. Tennis kick. They're onside. They've got the ball back. Turnover.
Great kick by Penner, great catch from Schifkovski, couldn't get to the line. The West Tigers are absolutely walking at the moment. They haven't touched the ball. This is their first possession in about 7 minutes, and there's some real gaps opening up around the rocks. Hodgson was in support there. He looks to the heavens thinking, I had a chance for a try. And the West Tigers badly need to get their share of possession in this last 12 minutes before half-time. They're on the ropes at the moment.
No use in blaming God. Nathan Kalis had the call. That was a certain 6-pointer for Parramatta. I didn't realise how big an opportunity Nathan Kalis had frittered away. Wondering why Sterling stood and his head went down. Now Field. Now it's Gillette. The Tigers counter-punch. Parramatta clean it up. Now let's have a look what happened. I could feel the groan.
It's Craig Field has got cleaned up by Daniel Wagon, and my first reaction was it wasn't illegal. Here he is kicking the football now, running the ball. No, Wagon's just got him with a sensational shoulder charge. And Parramatta have now got a penalty down on their own line to relieve pressure. The little halfback is still down, sick and sorry.
So Stephen Clark has called timeout. Trainers saying to Stephen, we just need a bit of timeout here for this injured player. We'll take a break then. We'll come back to Parramatta Stadium. It's a great afternoon. It's 8-0. I hope Craig's okay. I think he will be. 29 gone. So to our overseas audiences, Sky Sports in the UK, we say hello to you as we are in a break. And to our cable TV audiences in Australia, Craig Field helped off. 8-0 Parramatta. Craig Field assisted off by the Tigers trainers. A little bit concussed maybe.
Yeah, virtually an action replay of what we saw in a game yesterday between the Roosters and Auckland. Adrian Lamb had to leave the field. He may be out for 2 or 3 weeks. Craig Field doesn't look as though he's done a lot of damage. We'll probably see him back.
Larson, talking of Adrian Lamb, that was also a little bit reminiscent of, was it Adrian Lamb and Robbie Ross coming together in Melbourne? It's a fine line, but I couldn't see anything too illegal about it. Dimmick on the halfway. I don't think it'll be long before Craig's back in the game, really. He knows just how important he is to this game, and he knows how important this game is to the aspirations for the year 2000 for the new club.
Well, I probably should have mentioned how dangerous it was for the Parramatta side when they did run the football, the Tigers. Craig Field got the pass away. The kick was put towards the Parramatta line. It was only great work from Jamie Lyon, which saved his side a try. Centre. straight up the middle and
Good,
into open space.
a good run. He's out into open space. Tries to trample the fullback. It's a very good effort by Hodgson. One-on-one, big man coming at you. Gillette, 32 out from the line. They use the short side. They go to Terry Hill. Wondering how Tez's condition is lasting out as we get close to the first break. The big ball is battered down by Carlaw. Battered down to Hodgson for Parramatta. Hodgson has opened them up beyond the 30. Shabovsky.
I saw a report in one of the newspapers, might have even been Phil Gould's column, assessing the buys of the year. The young fullback for Parramatta, Brett Hodgson, has got to be high on the list as well. He's having a marvellous season. Gary Larson, upended, backslammed. So we're coming to the final 10 minutes of the first half.
Penalty against the Tigers again. 10 metres. And Dimmick rushed up. Then the rush of blood subsided and they said, hang on a moment. 30 metres right in front, we'll bring that kid with the number 1 up again.
And again, the bench was very, very quick and keen to point to the post. Alan Wilson, one of the trainers for Parramatta, he raced on, pointing straight to the 2 points. Imagine Brian Smith believes that they are going to be at a premium this afternoon.
They're coming back
I
slowly.
don't know, I think the game is going differently to that. I think Parramatta are really on top at the moment. It was very even for the first 20 minutes, and all of a sudden 7 or 8 minutes of consecutive possession. Here's the run by Hodgson, a poor chase by the Tigers, and this is when you know a team's getting tired. Look at some of these West Tigers players, didn't chase on the kick, didn't come across to support, and now they can't get back their 10 metres, and Steve Clark is not going to let them off. He's penalised them in front again. These are bad signs for the West Tigers. No kick chase, not getting onside to reset. I think the Parramatta's going better than they think. I'd have kicked this out and had another go for a try.
Craigfield still recovering. Andrew Voss on the sideline after this kick from Brett Hodgson. He's been watching closely the performance of the Parramatta number 1. 177 career points. As I said, he was with the Maggies. Right in front, 30 out. Hits it. It looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks very good. So does the scoreboard. 10-0 Parramatta, Andrew.
And Ray, you can make a great little highlights package on the game of Brett Hodgson. Just have a look at some of the work that he's done in this match in all facets of the play, whether it's up in the line or chiming into the back line as a last line of defence for Parramatta. He has been a real thorn in the side of the Tigers today. I think we made the point in recent weeks about Brett Hodgson that, of course, he was a former Western Suburbs Magpie, but the joint venture club, they never got a chance at Brett Hodgson. Parramatta had him signed up well before the joint venture formed a partnership.
Jason Kalis on the return of the football from inside their own 20-metre line. Well, they started the afternoon under siege, Parramatta. They couldn't do anything right. All of a sudden, they're getting it very, very correct. Ian Hindmarsh, centre of the ground. Custo, a little dummy away to the left, and then he worked on the right. Gary Larson. He'd lost it for a second. So did he. David Penner. Picking up the threads of a season that has been decimated for him by injury.
Very important period this last 7 minutes before half-time, Ray. The West Tigers up in second place most of the year. They've lost their last 4. They're now outside the 8. They're down 10 points to 0. They need someone to stand up and say, come on, let's show a bit of confidence. At the moment, they're really on their heels, not supporting the ball runner. Got some problems.
Craigfield is back on. That will help. The centre sends a 1 out forward down the right, and that again is an indication that a couple of these blokes are looking for half-time. Mark O'Neill it was that time, then clutching at his shoulder as the 15 goes ahead, and then as Phil calls in the Indian giver. Craig Field ran round and took it back off Stephen Crouch, and then the ball high into the air off the boot of Michael Gillette, but Hodgson is underneath it. 6 away from his own line. Violecki pulled down by the 14. Again, that is Gillette. Nathan Heimer. 10-0, third tackle gone. Offload was from Richard before Larson handled, and now Kalis, Jason. And they're back on their own 30-metre line. That they've had a little bit of a welter out of getting it away from there. Nathan does the right thing. Kalis, that is. Hard up the middle. Hodgson supports.
Geez, been impressive. Kalis, couple of little half breaks, some offloads. He scored a try. Real captain's knock so far in this first 35 minutes.
Custo's kick, making Joel Kane move about 20 metres away to his left before he comes back, and they put him down. Penner underneath. Nathan Kalis up the top. And now Terry Hill. Give me the ball. 33 metres out from his own line.
Joel Kane about to receive some attention to stay down after being tackled. As pass from Darren Centre over the sideline. A marvellous season. He came into this round as the leading point scorer in the NRL competition. And that was his wing. Matt Sears just couldn't reach the pass thrown by Centre.
That was the third tackle, and half the West Tigers side had yet to get back on side to support. Centre went the short side. He had no winger. His fullback couldn't make up the ground, and they've still got their heads down here behind the play. This is a great opportunity for Parramatta here. They hold their heads up, Parramatta. They can put points on before half-time.
Stuart Kelly. Hodgson in from the back, held on the 40-metre line. Stuart Kelly again going down the short side. The ball bouncing around, and it's back with Parramatta. And it's touched in flight, says Clark. It's play on. 6 more tackles. It's Dimmock. Dimmock pulled down. And a penalty. Penalty. The indicator the player was held off the ball, not in possession. And Parramatta will take another kick at goal, you would think.
I think he pointed at Tyron Smith, Ray. Well, it wasn't Smith. It was actually the number 14,
Gillette.
Michael Gillette.
Yes, he grabbed at a support player who was going to be a big problem for the Tigers. Took the gamble to it, and unfortunately for him, Steve Clark was watching him. Big week in sport for the Nine Network, of course, with Wimbledon starting tomorrow night. Ken Sutcliffe is there to host it, and of course John Newcomb, Tony Trabert. Strawberries and cream fortnight of tennis. Amazing how that trip seems to go to the same people all the time, Sterlo. And I mean, you and I are better tennis players than Sutcliffe ever was. Hodgson now.
Tie out tennis aces. And this bloke, he's hitting them as straight as you hit your 3-woods, Ray, so he's very confident that he'll make the deficit 12 at the half-time break.
33 out, 21 in, and on its way, and it's holding its line. It's there. The flags are up. The Peter Sterling Hill crowd, they like it. It is 12-0, the Eels.
Yeah, we spoke about Nathan Kalis. Look at this for the big man. Playing captain today, scored a try, making inroads around the middle of the field. He really is the player that's energising this Parramatta team today. Good footwork for a big man. Created opportunities. Probably could have, should have got a ball away to Hodgson there to score the try. But there's offloads in him all the time. He should be following this man around the field everywhere he goes. Peter Sterling said earlier he's important to the Eels. Today he's giving you the reasons why.
David Wesley. Just to add to that comment, he's also very important to New Zealand Rugby League, having already represented his country at a very tender age. And you saw how much they need help during the Anzac Test.
Very heavy hit on David Wesley there, sees him leave the field with a rib problem as Kalis again gets involved. It's the outside 30 and his front row partner the sideline to Stuart Kelly. Inside ball, not taken. Hindmarsh couldn't gather that one in, so a late chance for the Tigers.
They just don't look comfortable, Parramatta, when they go across field with their ball playing, and this is why, I guess, they're taking every opportunity to kick for goal off penalties. Some other teams may have taken the odds to it and put the ball out. I think they're on top. They're really still grinding away at this win, and at the moment their ball playing doesn't seem comfortable.
Kelly's got a problem. He's off the park on the far side. Parramatta have made the change. Violecki has gone back on. We'll keep an eye on Stuart Kelly. Now the Tigers would love nothing better than a converted try before the break. Kevin McGuinness has had a very quiet game. Attack-wise, we haven't seen enough of this player with tremendous flair. Won just about all of the club awards last year available at the Magpies when they closed up shop. Tyron Smith. 20 is Doyle. Getting close to the sideline. He's gone. Parramatta's got him. That was bad. Yeah, it wasn't as if it just fell on his plate. He knew he was going.
Yeah, they needed something more positive than this on the stroke of half-time. Their heads have been down for 10 minutes or so. They wanted something to give them a lift before the break, and that's not going to be it. Only 40 seconds left on the clock here. I don't know that Parramatta will just play this out. It's a great opportunity while their heads are down to strike.
It's Richards' tackle back on his own 20. Andrew Voss on the sideline.
Ray, it'll be no surprise if at half-time Wayne Pearce does say to the players, look, draw strength from when we did clash with Parramatta in round 8. They trailed 10-0 at half-time in that match. It got to 14-0 after the break before they mounted the challenge. So hopefully, as far as the Tigers are concerned, they can repeat that.
Here's this man, Kalis, again. Larson taking David Penner down with him to the defence line, and Penner takes the tackle of Smith and Scandalis, and Penner gets up, has a look at them in the eyes, indicating that it hurt, but he wasn't going to let them know. The kick will find the line. The siren has sounded. The ball is dead. That's the end of the first half. And a game that started with more mistakes from the blue and golds than you'd see in a full game of football. They've turned it around. They've set their compass, and they're leading 12-0 at the half-time break. We will take that break with them and invite you back on the wide world of sports in just a moment. Stephen Clark poised to blow time on to start the second 40 minutes. Talking of Daniel Irvine, I just wonder how he would feel reading the papers, knowing that the club is keen to buy the Canberra Raider Simon Wolford. Not that he needed any inspiration, but it would appear after the first 40 minutes that he's gained something from it. This is Villasanti, who's brought down just outside the 30-metre line. Well, this game, 12-0, you would be, I think, fair in saying that they have to be the team that scores next, the West Tigers. Carlo, 45 away from his own line. Villasanti takes it ahead for the second time on this set.
And the tackle count was restarted again, so it's only 2 against the Tigers now. Oh! Shoulder charge went astray there from Nathan Kalis.
So consecutive sets. Not quite a complete set, the first one, but this is Tyron Smith now. Sending a couple of blue and gold jumpers, 10 pinning away to the ground. Then on from Georgialis, it looked to go forward, but Field is there. 11 is O'Neill. O'Neill back for him. Craig Field, that is. And then it's gone to ground, and Parramatta have got the ball. And a knock-on. Daniel Irvine, he was there at the right time to shut this down from Georgialis. The tackle from Lyon didn't help Georgialis, and then Daniel Irvine knocking on. What's the story on Stuart Kelly, Andrew? Yeah,
Stuart Kelly remains in the dressing rooms for the start of this second half. I spoke to the Parramatta doctor, Dr. Johnson. He did say that he was confident that Stuart would return, but it's a sprained left Achilles tendon for Stuart Kelly. And I watched him go up the tunnel at half-time. He was pretty ginger. In fact, he needed 2 trainers to assist him. Now problems for Daniel Irvine as well. Kelly's back from the dressing room, so that's good news there. Dave Wesley also didn't start the second half. He's got a bit of a rib problem, but like Stu, Kelly should be back.
Looking at Kelly closely there. Still very tender, I can assure you. It's not anywhere near even 70%. Dimmick unloads a short ball for Violecki and he's put down just inside his own 30-metre line. Daniel Wagner. Jove, he's been a bit of a journeyman, hasn't he? He came to the club as a winger from St George, then took up that position here, then went to the centres. Now he's gone to the back of the scrum. Mind you, I suppose it's a great string to have in your bow. Versatility in the modern game.
And consistency, Ray. I'd say if you had a look through Parramatta season, the 21 rounds, as the penalty goes their way again, he has probably been their most consistent performer, whatever position he's played.
Jason Kalis is the man tackled. You can see the Tigers player is trying to get his hand away from underneath the ball. Darren centre. The ball comes out and Clark penalises. 6-1 the penalties in favour of Parramatta. Wayne Pearce won't be happy with. Oh, Jason Kalis has fallen into that tackle. He's a tall lad. There's Dimmick. Gets it inside the 20, gets a pass away, and then Custo puts it on the boot, cleaned up by Gillette. Villasanti coming into Nathan Hindmarsh and Jim Dimmick on the 10-metre line, his own end of the park. Centre, who could be accused of putting them under this pressure with that penalty. As they move the ball around quickly, and Scandalis linked up and found Kevin McGuinness, and in and away, the ball down from Carlaw backwards, picked up by Scandalis. And that's the 30-metre line just behind him, his own end of the ground. Very much the wrong end of the park for the Tigers. If they're going to come back from 12-0, they've got to be down there. Smith and Georgalis combining. Georgalis, good hands. That's Crouch to the halfway. A shocking pass, cleaned up by Gillette. With Crouch now. And off the outside edge of the boot, it spirals over that touchline. Did he not do some time here, Crouch, the man on camera?
He did indeed, Ray, and Tigers keeping the football alive. Unfortunately, on the last tackle, it went to the wrong man. Stephen Crouch, who throws the football, he received it on the last tackle and got that kick away.
The Eels will come away with possession. And Dimmick at 5/8. No Kelly. Dimmick fends off one. Goes between two others. Picks up Richards with a floater. The line Tigers end of the park. Back now for Hodgson. And then for Nathan Kalis. Stands in a feeble tackle. Back for Daniel Irvine. Back from the blood bin. And the ball is loose off his hands, and it's a penalty. Penalty again.
Well, they'll take another kick for goal here. 14-0, much better than 12-0. And the Tigers really are starting to self-destruct with these penalties. That is now 7-1. We're only just over half of this match gone.
It's Villasanti. Just having trouble with that left shoulder.
Just have a look and see if there is what's actually the boot, and that might be a touch unlucky. Daniel Irvine left the field for a couple of minutes. He went straight back into the action when he was okay. The referee ruling that even though it was the foot, it was still deliberate.
Hodgson, 23 in from the sunny side. 34 out. He's been kicking beautifully. Here he is, kicking towards the Peter Sterling Hill end of the ground, and that brings his tally undone for the day. Matsia's playing 11 away from his own line. Villasanti. Tigers really have to win. Away they play the Sharks. At home the Sharks, away the Cowboys, away the Dogs, away the Knights, and then at home to the Storm. So it's not easy. Here they are trying to do something about it. Carlaw running off McGuinness. And prior to him, Scandalis. 5 into Parramatta's area. They come away for Jalis and then for Field and Field for Terry Hill. And the Parramatta players line them up 1-on-1. As Sears takes the final tackle. 5th. There's a blue one. It's Nathan Hindmarsh and Matt Sears.
Well, whatever has started this, it is still silly play from Nathan Hindmarsh. It was the last tackle. It would appear as though he is going to be penalised.
Number 11.
First time Matt Sears has been involved in an altercation like this either this year, when in possession of the football. The match was it Ricky Stewart against the Dogs.
Fighting over the ball, and then he swung a punch while the bloke was on the ground. So therefore, nothing serious except throwing the punch.
Just there's the penalty over there. Thanks, Phil. Okay, as he reports, exactly as I said, mate. That's crazy stuff, eh? Let's cut the rubbish out, mate. Because if you're gonna get that sort of stuff, we want to keep players on the field. We don't want to do anything stupid. Right now, cool it down.
Yeah, so in that instance, you've got to be able to submerge your ego. You've got to be able to be big enough just to say, all right, you got me. I'm way out of the tackle. It's the 5th. 12 points in front. You did get hit, but you leave that to the touch judge to come in. You don't take it into your own hands.
It might just be heavy tackle on Scandalis, and centre says, what about that? Let's go to the centre man.
Don't know, Jimmy. That's silly stuff. We're going to put it on report, all right? You got him up above the horizontal, lifted his legs up, all right? Because there was 2 of you in there. I don't know who was more at fault than the other, so we're going to put you both on report, all right? On report. Silly. Hey?
Nathan Hindmarsh in a turbulent period of the game. Hello. Let's go back to him. Let's have a listen to Stephen.
Terry, I won't try Terry. No, yeah, you can apologise for him. Let me talk to him, Terry. Mate, you've just got 2 penalties in a row. Mate, don't start that's silly. That is absolutely silly. You just got 2 penalties in a row. Don't tell me what I should be doing, all right? Okay?
All right.
You're right, Terry. You're right, mate.
Tezza was having his tuppence worth of it. Scandalis now. Well, just jumped off the boat of discipline for a moment, Parramatta. It might be the crack that the Tigers are looking for. Villasanti, sent up, barging run, a barging endeavour ending 3 from the line. Crouch, Tyron Smith, can he unload? Parramatta wedging that ball against the midriff. Centre again, they've got to spread it, they are. Field, decoys everywhere. Georgalis, well tackled out there by Wagon. That was an important tackle by Daniel Wagon. This is the last play. Kevin McGuinness, it went forward, did it? Yes.
Well, I think that could almost be the set of 6 that wins the game for Parramatta. I think that was just what the Tigers needed. A couple of penalties in a row, just fire them up. Some things to get in their craw. And if they'd have scored in this set of 6, it might have just been the springboard to something else.
Gee, that was an important tackle from Daniel Wagon there. Kalis, Nathan. Keep forgetting he's got a brother involved in the game. Nathan and Andrew Johns haven't got it on their own anymore, have they? As Nathan Kalis leaves the park. It's Jim Dimmick providing for Daniel Wagon. And 3 of them come in to put him away. Irvine. Custo. Westley running shoulder to shoulder with Hodgson. It was hard to pick who was going to get it. Prop forward. He left the field injured in the first half. Seems okay. Custo gets a kick down. Ooh, Gillette measured it badly. Not like Michael. And he's tackled inside the 30-metre line. Terry Hill. Heavy stuff in there. Australian representative taking some pulling down as Georgalis gives it to O'Neill. Dimmock and Kelly. Is that Kelly out there now? Just got out of the road to play the ball. At least he made an endeavour. It is Kelly. Villasanti. The Tigers move play down into Parramatta's area again. Field comes into the game. Crouch is there looking to unload. And Parramatta hell-bent on stopping him from passing. This is the last as Field puts a kick down over the fullback's head. The bounce will be important. Richards is there with it. He'll be trapped. Good play, Tigers. Will break. 12-0. No change to half-time. First minute gone. Parramatta consolidating. Hodson with the dropout at 12-0 Parramatta. 42 metres, Field sending Villasanti back. 3 dropouts to 2. Parramatta on the wrong side of that. Scandalis. Been strong for the Tigers. Tyron Smith, second man play. Gillette, he's through! Gillette is over! I think it's a black and gold try. Did he get it down? That's the question. They've gone for the referee upstairs.
Well, Michael Gillette and his teammates have got no doubt that he got the football down. Spun out of the tackle. It's been a very positive start to this second half from the Tigers. Looking to keep the ball alive, putting pressure on. Brett Hodgson doing his best to stop this try. He hasn't been able to do so. The point of the ball finds the ground. And the Tigers have got a lifeline.
We've been praising the Parramatta defence, but up until this point in time, I don't think the Tigers have asked them too many questions. As we'll get the green light here, I believe. But for the first time in the 12 minutes since half-time, Balmain showed, or the West Tigers showed a little bit of structure. Nice decoy run here. Gets Gillette in off his favourite left foot step. He's able to spin now. Hodgson tries valiantly to keep him up, but Gillette's power gets him across the line. Nice little second man play here by Tyron Smith. And a good step and dummy by Gillette. That's his trademark. Normally a 5'8", today having to play on the wing because of injury. Bob's up on the opposite side of the field. He's the type of player who does make a couple of line breaks during a game. Just do his confidence a lot of good. Gets that ball down for a very important West Tigers try.
Michael Gillette, the try scorer. Very proficient. Did well for Balmain prior to the merger. Now from 9 in from touch, it is Joel Kane. Leading try scorer in the competition. Or point scorer, I should say. Has bagged a lot of tries. I think he's well up into double figures. Leading point scorer there, just in front of Matt Rogers. 9 in from touch and 21 out. From the Cronin side of the ground, it's coming around, it's going to make it. Flags are up. 6 points the difference now, Mr. Voss.
And Ray, Tyron Smith, I've got to tell you, I had a chat with Wayne Pearce before the game as we look back at some of the highlights from this match so far at Tyron Smith. But Wayne Pearce before the game said, here's the player that can turn it for us today, Tyron Smith. He actually was man of the match when these sides clashed back in round 8, and he's certainly instrumental in that try. The Tigers back in it, and I've got to tell you, this crowd's becoming part of this match, Ray, and it's not just the Parramatta advantage here, there's plenty of Tiger supporters. Yeah,
isn't it a great atmosphere, Andrew? I was reminded of Sunday afternoon football down at Cronulla last Sunday, and they've replicated it here today.
Well, I don't want to be cruel, but we'll never get it for a Warriors match down here or a Cowboys game.
Scandala's being patched up. I'll stay out of the politics for the time being. It's Terry Hill. It's taken by Violette. Phil Gould and Peter Sterling analysing this game for you. It's Crouch gets a little facial from Wagon over the top of a 2-man tackle underneath him. Now Field. They'll be buoyed by the try. O'Neill. When you think about those players unavailable, haven't they got some? The Tigers in the forwards, McCracken, Walker, Stimson. There's the list. Jason Lowry,
and the youngster, Luke O'Donnell. He's been a tremendous find for them this year. Well, they have got some strike power, not involved in this match.
Lyon. Nathan Hindmarsh, look at them coming in. He's been the centre of a couple of controversies, and they came right in after him there, the Tigers. Larson. 12-6 Parramatta. 55 gone second half. There's a charge down. There's a good chance on. They're over again. Same player, Michael Gillette. 14 all in the other round, played earlier in the year, and we're having trouble breaking them again.
It could be 12 all in just a moment. Brett Hodgson trying to get a kick away. It had been a poor set of 6 off their own line, Parramatta, and the West Tigers, they had really muscled up. They could feel the tide turning. They came through, charged a kick down. Charge down is not a knock on, so Michael Gillette had every right to race through on that ball. In fact, it comes off his knee anyway. And all of a sudden, since the half-time break, it has been all the Tigers. I still go back to the Nathan Hindmarsh penalty. That was a real turning point in this game.
And I think that the Parramatta Eels have brought this on themselves. The West Tigers were out on their feet 10 minutes before half-time, but in that stanza, Parramatta have taken 4 shots at goal. I know they kicked 3, but there was tremendous opportunity to score some points and put this game beyond doubt. Continued to kick for goal, trying to graft out a win, and then it only takes a little bit of a mistake like that, and suddenly we've got ourselves back in a ball game.
In the meantime, the captain, Darren Centre, has called his troops around him. Come on. This must not be the end.
This is also, Ray, where we start to talk about experience. I think the word I heard most about the Parramatta team coming into this match was their inexperience. Look at the West Tigers, Matt Sears, Terry Hill, Steve Georgialis, Craig Field, Darren Centre. They are all seasoned performers, and they are the likes that can lead the rest of the team to a victory in this next half hour.
15 in from touch. It's 18 metres out. Joel Kane. There it goes. It is perfect. Right on line. We are deadlocked again. 12-12. Kane converts Gillette's try. They've done it back-to-back inside a couple of minutes. The respective chants from both crowds. They go up. Parramatta, they could be walking the tightrope, not the Tigers. They called it the day of survival. Most of us came here thinking they were talking about the West Tigers. Maybe we're talking about Parramatta. What do you think, Coach? To the halfway they come. Field clearing. Hudson brings the pigskin back. Where'd he go? There he goes. Somebody stop him. Violetti pushing away from a couple of snatches. Eventually it's left to the number 7 to make the tackle. Those West players should have a bit of a look at themselves on replay after that. Kalis taken down by Tyron Smith. Phil almost called him Typhoon earlier. We might leave him with that one. I know they're keen to keep him on board. As Dimmock unloads, and Kelly has got players both sides of him. Knocked on by Joel Kane. 6 more advantage. Nathan Hindmarsh. He's lost the ball.
Well, that is absolutely marvellous from Matt Sears. He's a much smaller man than Nathan Hindmarsh. A little bit of luck for Parramatta. And Hindmarsh, I think he did the right thing. He just tried to run over the top of the fullback. Matty Sears put his body on the line. The collision forced the ball out. That is a big play and well received by his teammates.
Yeah, it's a nice get square for the little set too they had earlier in the game too. Matty Sears would have looked up and seen Hindmarsh careering towards him and said, well, this one's for you. He's got the ball back for his team.
So the Tigers got to brace up now. No mistake football. Coming out of their own red zone. Penalty 7-3 against them. Big crowd in here. Dennis Fitzgerald, the CEO, and the Parramatta club would be absolutely thrilled.
Big shot there from Nathan Carter. Sorry, Ray.
You're right, 20,162. Darren Centre.
It's a sensational crowd, isn't it?
I can see you smiling. And there's plenty smiling with you. Young Andrew got it right earlier, I'm sure. Sears kicks down over the head of Hodgson. Off his own line. He hasn't been their best today. He's been 1 or 2.
Yeah, and the bloke at the other end, Matt Sears, has just had an inspired couple of minutes, a try saver on Nathan Hindmarsh. That time he got the football on the last tackle, centred, put some pressure on him, and he got a tremendous torpedo kick, picked up 60 metres. So he's rising to the occasion, busted iron all.
This season now, they've been playing for 101 minutes. And the scoreboard would show 26-26. Larson. The old veteran. Age shall not weary them. The birth certificate might. Now Penn. It's going to go over. Or is it? Or is it? Oh, there's work to be done for the Tigers. Parramatta will get the ball back. It looked 100-1 in running for David Penner's kick.
Yeah, beautifully weighted by David Penner. This isn't the first time that Parramatta have been able to force this type of line drop out on the Tigers, and Joel Kane had no chance there. A big chase from the Eels. 17 minutes to go on the clock. We came here today expecting a tough tussle. It's 12-all. I don't think that surprises anyone. The team that is best prepared mentally for this last 15 minute stanza is going to come away with the win. I know on the flow of the game it hasn't looked like we'll get to this stage, but regardless of what got us here, now it's who's best prepared for the next 17 minutes.
Craigfield, his drop kick, 46 metres. Gary Larson rolls it up to them again, gets it to 31. 12-12. Are we at field goal time yet?
I hope not, Ray. I don't think either team should be looking for that at this stage.
Jason Kalis. They're 15 out. They're in a beautiful position. Custo uses Penner.
Right side's the way to go. They've got numbers. They've gone the wrong way.
Kelly. Flat ball across for Violecki, a flick pass, and then Szyvowski back for Kelly. And Kelly is hit. Right side is still a chance through the hands. Now they go there. Penner goes to the air, but the winger over there. Oh! Richards had the fly. Richards was off the ground. Carlaw, he couldn't get up.
Perfectly executed between half and winger. He just couldn't get the handle on the ball. He goes up, he had it, off his shoulder, a near miss. I think we're going to see a few of those before the end. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
What a mistake. What a mistake for the Tigers. That there might well be the rock upon which they perished from young Villasanti. Inside the 30 metres. Parramatta with the advantages. Kelly drifted, now straightening. Lovely tackle by Sears. It wasn't completed. So Georgialis completes it. And now Szyvowski.
Jim Dimmick straight into the attack from Brian Smith as they get inside the 24. Plays left.
Custo. Taken by Villasanti. He doesn't want any points scored on this set of 6, Villasanti. He made the mistake. Now Hodgson for Wagon. Hodgson again. Way for Nathan Kalis, gets it back for Hodgson. Hodgson stays alive, runs to the right, dummies to Wagon, gets it away in the tackle. Now Hindmarsh, Ian. Backing over the line. Tigers pulling him back. Now the last. Dimmick, grubber kick. They'll get another line dropout. Terry Hill has forced it in goal. This is semi-final stuff.
It's great stuff, isn't it? It's a war of nerves. Ian Hindmarsh backing his way to the line. Parramatta again deciding to kick the football when they had a chance to run it. They are getting some numbers out wide, but at the moment prepared to just keep the pressure on. Terry Hill taking no chances. Tigers looking for a breather. Building up to a great 15 minutes.
Normally, with about 14 to go on a Sunday afternoon, you're looking to beat the traffic. There's a little stream of people leaving, but not today. Not today. Man, woman and child, they're all here, waiting, fighting it out with their respective team. Played by Violecki. Dimmick sends Jason Kalis inside the 20-metre line. They must be thinking about the drop goal. Hodgson away from Tyron Smith and then pulled down eventually by Galea in 16. Dimmick for Kalis. And he had his brother on his outside.
Got to run it to the right, Ray. That is where they are weak, the Tigers.
Dimmick has done that, but they've gone for the drop goal. Custo! It's wide. It is offline as Custo grabbed free 6-gun. He was the first for the shootout.
Yeah, I was just about to say he was the first one to blink. And Jim Dimmick, as Peter Sterling said, came onto the field, but they used him exclusively as dummy half. I think if Parramatta are going to be more dangerous in attack, he's got to get himself at first or second receiver. Parramatta have missed their chance. Did they go too early? Is that an indication to the Tigers? Only time will tell.
Terry Hill plays it on the halfway. Steve Crouch gets it into enemy territory by a metre. Galea, Scandalis. 5th tackle, 40-metre line, Parramatta's in. Now Field gets it down in behind Clinton Szyvowski. Will it stop? Will it stop? Ah, Clinton's taken it. Clinton's taken it. No, he's pointing to the 20. No, now he's retracing. Clark's gone back under the uprights. It's a line dropout. It's a big change of mind. He waited for the touch judge. He was heading for the 20. Stephen Clark I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, thank God the touch judge was on his game. Clinton Szyvowski had two minds there. He was trying to do the old leg over the dead ball line and touch it. And then he was saying maybe it'll go dead on its own, I won't have to. He got caught in between the two. And thank God for the linesman, he helped his referee out. We ended up with the right result. Here come the Tigers.
Villasanti.
Szyvowski, isn't it?
Any of the above, Phil, any of the above.
Don't go any further down there. You're bound to make a mistake. Lauder. Villasanti and Lauder. Where is the Grand Prix tonight? Georgialis might even get a steer as well. Centre, welcome to Brands Hatch.
I wonder whether Craig Field is setting for the field goal now.
Well, there he is. You be the judge. No, he's gone straight through. Flick passes. They keep it going. They're down. A metre out. Up and again they're down. Shears. He grubber kicks. It came off a Parramatta player. There's a chance here. Oh, it's another line dropout. It'll be another line dropout. Szyvowski saves the day. I'll say it. Don't you come at it.
It's a sign of a great game when the commentary team all stand to their feet, looking to see the result in the corner. A ricochet, ball off legs and knees. Clinton gets back very quickly to get that one and knock it dead. Here come the Tigers again.
What about the possible match saver from Brett Hodgson on Craig Field? 1-on-1, 2 metres out. Here's Field again.
Not as big a drop kick, this one. It ends for Villasanti, 28 metres out from the line. Will they be the next to shoot? They're bound to shoot on this set. Terry Hill on 2. Craig Field, the cynosure of all eyes, using a play that takes them further down the centre. There's a runner, he's over. Tyron Smith, Tyron Typhoon has scored. The Tigers have hit the lead, 16-12.
And showing all of the spirit that comes together from both Western Suburbs and Balmain. Great work here from Michael Gillette. Beautiful step. And then popped up the pass to Tyron Smith. Not an easy take for the back rower. But they've kept their nerve beautifully. They've come down this end of the field, kept the pressure on. And they put all their eggs in one basket. And it's a pretty full basket at the moment.
I said earlier, this is his best position, Michael Gillette, and it's a poor read by the Eels. If you go back match after match after match, at some time of the game, Gillette will call Field around him and go himself. That's a very poor read by the Eels. Michael Gillette, his pet play. You've got to know these things about individuals. He gets Tyron Smith away. Wayne Pearce couldn't have been more right. He was the one that's finally broken the back for Parramatta. And Michael Gillette finally getting a chance at second receiver has broken the game open for the Tigers.
What a second half for him. 2 tries and lays on another.
Landry Voss told us that Wayne Pearce said he was the man that could get them home. Not necessarily scoring the try, but that's exactly what he's done. And you'd think that this quick kick would see the Tigers at least not get beaten in this game. The very worst, you would imagine, a draw.
Joel Kane, his easiest kick of the day. It is there. 18-12, the Tigers lead the Eels, and they survive for now. A cliffhanger. Shallow restart by Parramatta. It's gone 10 metres. And then beautifully taken by Kevin McGuinness. Everybody went sailing through the air, and little Kevin was waiting. Georgalis tries to generate something down the left side.
Yeah, wonderful work here by the little centre to pluck that ball out of the air. Ray, I know it's easy in retrospect, but I wasn't happy when Custo went for the field goal, 12 out. If you're 6 in front or 12 in front, yes, but not to just put yourself 1 in front. I think they should have shown more patience. Of course, now if the Tigers can get the 1-pointer, they win the game, and you would imagine that Field would be setting for exactly that.
Well, 5 tackles are gone. You'd think he's too far out, wouldn't you? No, he's going for it. He's got it away. It's got the height and the length, and the referee, Stephen Clark, says wide. Joe, that must have been close. So 20-metre restart for Parramatta. Lyon. 12-0 at half-time. It's been converted to 18-12 the other way. 18 points to nothing. Scored by the Tigers in the second half. What a fight back under pressure. Kalis. They came here knowing that today was the day. It was D-Day. And then down by 12 at the break. How do you think they felt?
Well, Raymond, I go back to what I said earlier. I think Parramatta played the West Tigers back into this clash. They were gone. Here's Hodgson with a kick over the top. He's got it back.
Beautiful regather. Not tackled. Flick passes. Hopes for one of his buddies. He finds one. David Penner. Penner kicks it down the ground, and Joel Kane is there. Not tackled. Loses the ball. He's got it back. And it's a knock-on. It's a chance for Parramatta now.
Well, it was actually knocked out by a Parramatta player. The referee has said that Joel Kane has come up with the infringement. Great work from Hodgson. Flicks it out. A little bit of luck out here with David Penner doubling round. puts the kick through. Now just have a look when Joel Kane picks it up. I'm sure that it's forced out by Shavovsky.
Yes, it well may have been, Peter, but did he knock it backwards in so doing? Parramatta grabbed the opportunity with Penner. The Tigers desperate in defence. Wagon. Away by Villasanti and Smith, and they hang on as long as they can. Kelly, wide for Lyon, and it's gone loose. It's still loose. Parramatta will get possession, and that has not been nullified, the tackle count. From Custo for Nathan Kalis, and he will be held 10 out, right in front.
Fourth tackle.
So it's Custo angling Westley back in. The ball going backwards for Custo again, and he's restarted the tackle count again. Now Lyon puts a kick in. Carlaw drops on it. Line drop out for the Tigers.
Well, we're assuming here that Jamie Lyon didn't see the restart by the referee. In first grade, you've got to see that.
There's the rake out by Shavovsky. If he did knock it down, I fancy that he knocked it backwards anyway, from a Parramatta point of view. So I think they got that ruling right. I got no dramas with that. This is where the boy, Jamie Lyon, made his mistake.
Yeah, I admire his initiative, though. As Peter Sterling said, he should have known the tackle count was restarted. He could have been more patient. But he took what he saw. He'll finish on the right side of the ledger more in his career doing that than being negative. Here come the Parramatta Eels. Struggled with their attack. Can they conjure up a try in the dying moments?
Through the hands for Hodgson, taken down by Gillette. 4 minutes of the game to go. Dimmick for Kalis, and Kalis is taken by O'Neill. Got a ball away. That's a miraculous pass from him. Now Custo's put away. 21 metres out from the line. Dimmick in the centre of the ground. D'Elia and centre, they make the tackle on Dimmick. Centre hangs on as long as he can. Then it's David Penner, and Tyron Smith comes up. Gets it away, Wesley on. Dimmick is with it now. Dimmick's inside the 20-metre line. Angling across, picking up Daniel Wagon. Wagon goes straight and hard. Gets an offload to Lyon. Lyon gets it away. Parramatta's got the ball. They've got the ball down. No, they haven't. He's held up in goal, but they'll get the ball back.
Oh, you don't want this game to end. Just what else can it bring us? Lyon again backs himself, gets the ball out the back. It's a juggling act from 3 players, 2 Tigers, 1 Eel. Who's got it? Wyalecki's very confident. Centre says, no, you're kidding. The referee says, Darren Centre, I'm with you, but we'll give Parramatta another shot.
So the scrum is being, just looking at this jubilation on one side, and then the Tigers embracing one another. Eventually Stephen Clark said, I'm going with the Tigers.
And make no mistake about it, 1 point could mean all the difference at the end of 26 rounds. But Parramatta, they are desperately trying to get across and force the draw. Western Suburbs, well, 2 points is like 4 points this afternoon.
So held up in goal. They get the advantages, the attacking team. Can't believe it, I just saw a scrum collapse.
Let's get your head in there. Get your head in there now.
Now, well, the hook is down in the scrum. It doesn't matter these days. Hudson, across for Kelly, and Kelly can't get a pass away. Important tackle by Sears. Hodgson again. Dimmick on. Now it's out with Nathan Hindmarsh. 5 out from the line. Second play is down. Custo. Short ball for Dimmick. Dimmick dummies! Dimmick! Short of the line. No, it's a penalty. A penalty to Parramatta. And Stephen Clark calling timeout.
Gareth Centre better be careful here. He doesn't want his team to finish one short.
You're on very, very thin ice. You're on very thin ice. Let's wait. Throw out where you go when you're ready.
So Dimmick is now
Stay.
going to
You got to stay where you are. Go back as far as you like.
come back and get 10 metres away from them. Penner, Custo tries himself. Tyron Smith wraps him up.
Great tackle by Tyron Smith.
6 points the margin in favour of the Tigers as Wesley tries to bombard his way through the defenders. Custo along, out for Penner. Penner for Wagon. Under 2 minutes to go. Wagon put away. 9 metres out from the line. Parramatta. Last throw of the dice. Custo's kick. Taken over the dead ball by Carlaw. With 1.5 to go, a line drop out to come.
Parramatta just appeared devoid of ideas. He must have got a call from his winger over there. Peter Sterling has said it a number of occasions, the Tigers' left-hand defence looks to be their barest all through this game, yet Parramatta really haven't gone there long enough or often enough. Probably going to be their last chance of the game. Bring it to the post, go back to the right, bring it to the post, go back again. Give yourselves a couple of shots on McGuinness on the right-hand side of the field.
Craigfield, his drop kick taken down by Wesley. 45 out, runs it to 25 out. Times tackled in the opposition 20. Nathan Hindmarsh. Custo, we're on the third play. Dimmick! It's been touched by the Tigers. Wagon has got it. And 6 more tackles for the blue and gold. How much more can the Tigers hold out? Hudson across for Dimmick. Dimmick gets it away for Wesley. Wesley gets the ball to ground. Picked up by Kelly. Kelly back to the 20. Taken down. Gets it away. Lyon Taylor's away. Then Custo. Now Hindmarsh. Hindmarsh is held on the 10. Custo to the blind side for Vialecki. Another attempt at the line. And referee Stephen Clark wants to look at the video before making judgment on David Vialecki's try.
Well, David Vialecki again is claiming it. I've got my doubts.
My thoughts are it's a try.
Well, Stephen Clark is along the lines of David Vialecki. Unfortunately for the Eels, the kick is going to be taken from a couple of metres in, so they're not out of this yet, but the young centre, the young Kiwi centre, is confident that he's given his team a chance of a point.
One thing about it, if it goes back to referee's call, it'll be a try, because Stephen Clark could be heard to say, my thoughts are that it's a try. Let's have a look at this one. And there it goes. It's on the ground. It's a try for mine. David Vialecki. He thought he got it down about 5 minutes ago. The referee said no. This time the referee is prepared to say yes if the video referee says that.
Well, it'll be a green light, and what a fitting finish to this wonderful game at Parramatta Stadium this afternoon. Brett Hodgson will have a chance to tie the scores up from 2 metres in on the left-hand side of the field. And we had a draw in the first round. It may well be that scores are locked up in the second.
Well, suddenly Shevkovsky's got the ball for the conversion.
I'm trying to work that out. It's a try. The green light is there. The crowd goes up. It is 18-16 with the kick to come.
Shevkovsky has the ball. Now Hodgson is back there halfway. We see the replay again. Custo down the short side. Vialecki, his batter with Hill all day has been a beauty. The young fella comes out on top this time. Grounds the ball. Down the short side. Vialecki and Hill. Young ball, old ball. Young ball comes out on top. But the amazing scene here is that a man that's kicked, what, 4 or 5 out of 6? Hodgson has not been thrown the ball for the crucial kick. Clinton Shevkovsky is going to take the conversion that could make the difference in Parramatta Eels this season.
Well, I think maybe the reason may well be, if there's not an injury to Hodgson, that Shivovsky is a stronger kicker. It is on the good side for him. If he is going to miss, sometimes he does hook them to the left pretty badly. And the report from the sideline is that Brian Smith has basically asked Clinton Shivovsky whether he wanted to take the kick. And good luck to him. He said, yes, I'll take on the responsibility.
20 out on the sideline for a draw. It's on its way. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. No, it's short. It is short. Shivovsky took on the responsibility. The Tigers have won it. They came here hoping to survive, and that they have done.